Hello, hello, hello. We are here. Hello. Getting ready. I have a day off, so I can do some streaming. And plus, I got like a blood work around in a couple hours, so trying to distract myself. I mean, I had coffee around like 6:30, but I thought it was kind of too late. So yeah, so we're gonna distract ourselves. I'm tired even though I had some coffee. Oh, the humidity outside is 99. So we might get some rain, which we should because it's 99. Okay, so let's continue. Wait, you had a realization. What about you? Okay, you are really hungry. Well, I mean, because we can't say, oh, this is this, because they're hanging out with their friends and Tamara. I don't really like her, but she's hanging out with her grandparents, so at dinner with your mom and you, it happened basically every night of your life, but it could be new and interesting. Mom smiled as you did. Let's get going. Put in your scarf and I'll get mine. It'll be chilly out there and I'm starving. Same here. Same for you. Your stomach was huge, empty pit. If you don't eat soon, it might suck you in. I'm gonna get a new chair. It's probably fucking my spine up, but I don't want to get one of those normal chairs because of the thing with the push-up thing. I know it's rare, but I don't want to try it because that's the kind of worst way to go. You're stuck and all that, and I think you'd be dead. And you have a lot of bills. It'd be like really expensive, like $500 and $700 million to fix you or something, I don't know. But probably like almost $1 million if you happen to have a little spike thing from the pressure of it going up and down, going through your body. Yeah, it was like, and then it started consuming me. So no, if I'm gonna get one of those wheelie chairs, it's not gonna be one of those. It's gonna be a wide chair. You did everything you could to think of doing before leaving as fast as you could. Then you were brave to the unknown in search of sustenance. Oh, you are outside at night. That was not the same as walking around during the daytime. It's lovely during the night. The huge orange street lamps glow like torches, and the formal orange trees turn a unnatural purple and tarmac expanse of the cul-de-sac. Okay. Okay. Try to stretch out. The formerly orange trees turn into unnatural purple, and tarmac expanse. The cul-de-sac could easily be a perfect still, endless deep lake. If you tripped, you could fall in and disappear forever. That kind of sounded like the start of a story. Ideals of what could happen on such a perilous adventure was already filling your head. But Mom wouldn't let you play in the dark. You shook off the daydream, night dream? Or would a night dream be a normal dream? Either way, you focused on not being left behind. Mom let you out through the house gate and unlocked her car. You got right in. Too short, we're too short. I thought we were going to be like 5 foot or something. Apparently we're like 3 foot. Rapidly the car rolled into motion, tree after street post. After a tree flew past, you couldn't see anything else. Unfortunately, Mom was also wasn't sure what she was looking at. She had trouble figuring out where the local diner was. The radio had to stay off. This required the utmost focus. It was tense during the silent drive. You and Mom were on your own in the dark in a town you'd never been before, trying to find a restaurant you also never been before. Mom was patient though, she never gave up. In the end, the outskirts of Golden Grove, you found the place. It had to be right because the top of the massive lit signs said the diner table. The diner was in its name. Mom noticed that too. She wound up steering the wheel to turn into the parking lot, a wry smile playing on her face. The diner table, not dinner table. Someone didn't get an A on their spelling test. But they got it out. Possibly it's memorable, at least. The car came to a stop under the glow of the building. I have a feeling that it's going to get like really, really dark and there's going to be some weirdos. There's no lamps in the parking lot, but that only made the area more noticeable. The light poured from the windows larger than you were. It was a beacon of hospitality deep in the forest and high mountain. After unbuckling, you each went out. Mom led you the way to the entrance, and she held the door, swept her other hand as to say, after you. Ooh. Autumn Autumn nights in Golden Grove had such a bite you felt comfortable, shivers going from your spine. Oh, is it going to do like a each season and then we grow up kind of thing? Autumn nights in Golden Grove had such a bite. You felt a comfortable shiver going from the outside of the diner to the inside, where it was warm and toasty there, even smelled warm. The uninviting scent of the hot food hit you first, and with a whiff of smoke underneath, you could picture a grill with charred steaks and hamburgers sizzling. And there was coffee too, which somehow always smelled burnt, even though it was mostly liquid. Maybe that's why the coffee was so dark. Someone found a way to overcook water, and other people decided to drink it, including your mom, who never had a morning without it. Rubbing your stiff hands up and down, your goosebump-covered arms, you glanced around more. Who else decided to be there at the diner table on a chilling Monday? Maybe Keith. A man in a trucker hat jabbing a knife into a thick cut of ham, 3 sweater-clad women, each with a mug in their hand. Some teenagers huddled back booth and splitting a stack of pancakes. Mostly though, it was nobody. 10 times more people could fit, maybe 20, so you had a clear view of the room. Okay. The diner table was full of different colors. You could list off green, orange, blue, yellowish ones, but all of them were dark and faded, so it didn't feel colorful. Kind of like your classroom had to grow up and gotten old and sleepy. Yeah, super great. Soon the tall lady with tall hair came over from the kitchen to the main counter. She said she was a hostess and she would show you your table. Mom negotiated for a booth instead. Plenty were open. After all, the woman agreed to those terms and grabbed some menus off the stand. Thank you. Mom let the waiter lead from here. For her, the biggest treat of going out to eat wasn't the food. It was that once she was at the restaurant, her work was done. No cooking, cleaning for a change. She didn't have a mom or dad or grandparents around to do that. So letting strangers she had to pay to do it was the best she could get. The hostess took her further into the restaurant, past the sweater crowds, but not far back as the pancake pals. She left with a pile of menus on the table, thanked you for stopping in, and promised your server would be there to help you out soon, and walked away for a couple of seconds. Mom slid the muted red seat with the multicolored geometrical patterns across the top, and then she patted out the outer spot for you to take. Alright, Miss Independent. Make yourself comfortable. It is nice, she spoke quietly as pursuing her option. The diner table. Why do we keep doing that? Table had unwieldy menu as long as your entire arm. Mom didn't bother holding upright. Instead, she flipped through the limited pages with the menu lying flat. There was a lamp directly above your booth. It reflected blindly off the plastic, but between the glare, you caught a glimpse of a colorful picture dotted in between the text. Eggs and sausage, French toast dusted with powdered sugar, a basket of chicken strips, steak, mashed potatoes, a bright green salad, and more. Diner food in its purest form. Your curiosity was piqued. There was a lot of options. Look, there's a kids section. That'd be a good place to check. Though since it's a special occasion, it's okay to get any meal, even the pricier one. What? You're almost never allowed to do that. I'm gonna get a chocolate cake. Mom was really in a good mood. Did she get a big bonus for moving or something? You could only imagine. Not for long, another person approached your table. Hello, I'm Yusuf. I'll be your waiter tonight. Thank you for coming. Hi, great, hi. Yusuf had a warm brown skin, warm brown eyes, and though his hair was cool black, he kept it up in a neat ponytail. A heavy buckled strap apron with a checkered pattern hid his normal clothes. A short beard covered much of his facial features. It didn't hide his welcoming smile. He held a generic notepad and pressed a pen on it, posed to taking notes. That made you think of Autumn right away. The servant's attention remained fixed on Mom, his brows raised curiously. There's no way he could recognize her, though maybe that's why she drew special interest. Are you passing through? No, moving in, Mom said with a pleased tap on the menu in front of her. Just yesterday, actually. There was an intimate shift in the man's attitude. He took the pen from the paper and instead folded his broad arms. Talking to a server or something behind the counter was really different to talking to them when they weren't working. Probably because the person was doing a job. Everything they were meant to say was decided by a boss or a giant company. All of a sudden, it seems like Mr. Yusuf, the waiter, had clocked out. Welcome to town. Can I ask you your names? Oh, sure. I'm Opal Sweet. This is my daughter, Taylor. Thank you. I'm Gian Yusuf. I also live in Golden Grove. He lifted his notepad in front of his chest, returning to being a waiter. Can I get you anything to drink? Just water's fine. Yeah, you could have said that. You could have said that for her. It didn't matter how big an location it was. Paying for drinks at a restaurant was still going too far. Damn you, poor. Then let me rephrase. What I meant to say is, please get a drink. It was beyond the house. Oh no, you don't need to do that. I know, but I thought he was going to say go get your own drink. But I would like to do it. I'm only serving as a server tonight. I am allowed to make those decisions. Even when assisting on someone, Mr. Yusuf had a gentle way of putting his words. He could have been the narrator of a story book, no problem. What's the harm in there from being hospitable to those you'll be seeing often? If you want to return the favor, come back another day. Well, you make a good point, Yusuf. She was being honest. Your mom would have told him if he was saying nonsense. Only reasonable arguments could be tolerated, and Mom was practical, not a stickler. If you're sure, I'll have a cup of water and a root beer, extra ice. I haven't not had that in years. I feel festive. Mom's newly chipper tone was contagious, and Yusuf gave a rumbly chuckle. It's a festive day, is it? I imagine you're celebrating your new home. I could add a scoop of ice cream to that. She boggled at Yusuf at his many sweet suggestion, though it was just with a smile. There's no reason to go through the process of accepting the kind gesture again. Mom embraced it wholeheartedly. A root beer float it is. Root beer float. He repeated the words as he wrote them down, speaking for even more softly than before. Well, your mom, a person who had never ordered anything more exciting than water with a slice of lemon for your entire life. I was gonna get a root beer float. I'd like to get ice cream too. Now, what do you want, Taylor? Toilet water. And what you said was, what kind of? Ooh. Should I get a hot chocolate? I think it's chilly. I think we should get a hot chocolate. I like some hot chocolate. A hot chocolate. He had a few follow-up questions about the topping, and that got sorted. After a nod, Yusuf transferred the pen to the same hand that held the notepad. He lowered them both. I'll return shortly with your drinks. Please take a minute to browse the menu. He left you, and leaving with a wide, purposeless stride, Mom watched him walk away. Small town hospitality is a real treat, isn't it? Yeah. You currently glanced through the meal options. During that time, the man that had been the ham and hat left. The ham was gone, and he still had the hat. Then Yusuf reappeared to serve the round of drinks. He put in the dinner order before he left you to enjoy his gift. And enjoy you did. From the very first sip, it was so yummy. Your mom savored the once-in-a-decade root beer float as slowly as possible. She didn't care if the ice cream melted. Nothing was loud or fast or busy at the diner table. A person pretty much asked to take it easy in a place like that. There was no other way to be. When it arrived, the main course tasted okay. Food was food, and you'd rather not be hungry. What did we have? Mom shared all about her day, including a horrifying story of how she thought there was a mouse in her bedroom. After catching up underneath the KitchenAid, underneath the moving box, it turns out to be a larger than normal heap of dust. She insisted the bad lighting in there could have fooled anyone. She asked you what happened during your afternoon too, and then the food was gone, sort of. Mom hardly touched half of the side that came with her own homemade style meatloaf. She had planned to take him home and add to her lunch tomorrow. The plates were empty, got stacked, and the napkins were piled on top. Your mom made sure the table was as neat as a mess of dirty stuff could be. That tower of dishes caught your waiter's eye, and Yusuf approached your booth once more. He always had something in hand when he was stopping by. This time it was a Fairy Fox leather folder. Yusuf placed it on the table. You got a better look, and in gold letters from the top it said, "Thank you." He brought the check for Mom before Mom needed to ask for it. "Hello, I hope you enjoyed your meal." "They were wonderful. Thank you for asking, and thank you again for the drinks." Mom praised a broad grin to Yusuf's face. The local waiter toyed with his buckle on his apron. "Are they on a date?" Straightening it like a medal of honor pinned to his chest. He served his customers well that night. "Thank you for coming in. You pay up front." I'll handle it. Oh, can we get a couple of to-go boxes?" "Yes." "That's great. One more question?" Mom lowered her voice into a exaggerated strained whisper as the people in the next book were secretly listening into the conversation. "Oh, is it someone's birthday?" "The diner table?" She seriously needed an answer for that. That is the plan on purpose, or did someone miss an N? Grimacing, Yusuf glanced over his shoulder. He shared their pain and concerns about being heard. "I would have not chosen that if it had been up to me. But yes, that's an intended name." Huh, there you have it. We were wrong, Taylor. That's all. Thank you for your gracious help tonight, Yusuf. We feel extremely welcome. Glad to hear it. Good night, Opal and Taylor. Nice meeting you. Yusuf offered one last friendly smile and then took the pile of dishes and 2 cups off to the kitchen. Mom had a few words as she got to her feet. "Stay in the booth while I'm gone. I'll come right back, and then we'll pick up the leftovers and head home." "Okay?" "Yep." She left the opposite direction. Yusuf was gone. Her footstep was muted, thumps against the thin carpet. You had the booth to yourself then. None of these grown-ups were left. Full, warm, and sleepy, you felt every second of what could be through lately. Okay, let's stretch. Let's stretch. Oh. 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 Okay. I wonder if any of the people, the kids could come. Like, Autumn, Q, or even Tamrock, I don't know. I could have been back now, or coming back home after that if I selected a different place to take it. I'm getting a fasting blood work today. Uh, Sorry for the quietness. I'm trying to wake up a little bit. Okay, you've done so much and met a lot of people. How did that much happen in only 2 days? It was unbelievable. Against your will, your body slid lower into the booth. Gravity was certainly not a lot harder to resist. Sitting tall was no longer an option. Okay, I am trying to wake up. Hold on. Let me spray something on my face. I've got something. Okay. Woo! Okay. I'm trying to wake myself up. Cause I had one coffee, but nothing to eat. Because I thought, oh shit, it's already too late now. So I'm probably gonna eat like like quickly after the appointment. Sitting tall was no longer an option. Your drowsy gaze, like me, wandered towards the window in the dark night beyond. There was nothing in the parking lot besides the diner, not even the lamppost. Okay, so here we go. We're getting back onto the chair. Okay, you hadn't expect to look at anything particular, but it was raining. That you could see water streamed down the glass panel. At some point, you walked from the car into the diner. Sprinkled, the fall began. I love the rain. Relaxing even more, you stared absentmindedly at the black panel. Black panel. Each time that you opened your eyes, heavy blinks, the pattern of droplets clinging to the window changed. They were endless, orange and red and yellow and golden leaves in the grove. But that wasn't everything striking about this current season. The weather, with the thick gray clouds that shrouded the world, was just as important to the core autumnness of the place. Me. Okay. I should probably get one of those chairs where you can relax and it can force your thing to stay up. It looks like an exercise chair, but it's not. You thought the fall and the picture in your head was the leaves and droplets of water falling. It had arrived. You arrived too. When your family wanted to go out to eat, you went to a local diner and the waiter there treated you special because you were all local. When you needed to leave, you had a house with a room that was all set up and waiting for you to get back. When tomorrow came, you continued your study as a student at North Acre Elementary School. You are in room 24 with Miss Murray, bird teacher. When you saw your neighbors, you know who they all were. And you had friends. You are going to be in that place for the rest of autumn. It sounds like it's going to go to the next area. You'd be still here for winter, and then when the new year came, the seasons would be coming and going with you in Golden Grove, but you weren't sure how long. What you did know was that every moment of it was now your life. Yeah, it was. Now that the detail of the beginning of your life, Grove, you may want to check back to your detail and update them. Informator. Okay. 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 Save. Okay. Walks. What is this? Horn. Okay. Yeah. Oh shit. Fuck. So I already saved at this area, so if something goes up, we can moment walks. Okay. Hello again. It was Saturday, one of the 2 days in the week where there was no school at all. That's too bad. You're excited for Monday already. You had lunch at home with Mom a little bit ago. She tackled the after meal clean up. Your mom encouraged her to go outside while the weather's still good. It was only 7% chance of rain, she told you. Then she went on a ramble. It seemed in this town, anything over 20% was essentially a guarantee for at least some drizzling. Talk about the weather has gone on another minute before she remembered you were just standing there listening. Mom urged you again to leave her to do the dishes and enjoy the weekend. In those circumstances, that Mr. Lee had gathered both yourself and Tamarack Bauman in the center of the cul-de-sac for a neighborhood meeting. He had something he wanted to ask. Do you have bikes? No. She came out with a reply immediately. What? Hugh's shouted reaction was even more instant. Somehow his brain hadn't prepared for anything other than yes. How do you live without a bike? Like this. The golden hair did a jig to show how great she was living with no bike. She tapped her toes and waved her hand in the air. Hugh leaned his face towards away from the show. Alright, okay. What about something else? Anything with wheels? Just like that, her limbs flopped down again. Tamarack squished her lips from one side of her face to the other, thinking, I got a scooter from my mom and dad in one of the closets. That works. Hugh rolled the change in expression, then he glanced at you. Tay? Yeah, I got my scooter. Woo, same thing. Tamarack started the bike class dance up again. Q viewed her in relief. Finally, Q revealed the reason he's been so keen on the all-wheel talk. You know, I'm meeting with the club today. Oh, Q's boys club or boys club, whatever they call it, him and the other two kids. Baxter, the cool boy, and the one you weren't sure about. I want to hang out with you too. This could be our incredible environment or something. Attempting to extra complicate words that did not work out, he tripped over his own tongue, but Q bounced back quick before anyone could ask about it, correct him. The first time we officially get to hang out with our brand new members, and Tamarack too. I thought we could go on a ride together and everybody would like it. Q scratched the back of his head with his left hand. Were you and Tamarack the only kids in Oregon that didn't have a bike? All of Q's friends must have some, maybe. It'd be okay if we go on foot. We still got the whole afternoon and the whole group. I don't want to go to the stinky town. Sorry. Golden Grove stinky town got a stun call from Q, but Tamarack was totally serious. Why can't we ride things in the neighborhood? Because that's boring. Because we live here and we always stay in the neighborhood. It'd be cool to leave while we can. I bet you would even like where we go because it's a park. There's plenty of trees and stuff around. Have you seen that, huh? The opposite side of town from us. Back where the high school is, the park is the best place to ride for speed and tricks. There's no cars or heels. But just walking there is good too. Tamara narrowed her eyes in silence, and that itself was an obvious answer to Q's question. She had not seen the park. Wait, so you did Q? Neighbor on the right was thinking hard. She then let a sharp gasp as she hopped into the air like a tire popping. Is that the special thing? Well, laughing and shaking his head, she barely imagined to give Tamarack that straight answer. No, not the park. That thing is totally different. Okay. No, it's not the park. That thing is totally in the forest. He snickered and his voice got quieter the more they went on until you heard him think to her. I didn't remember I said that. Okay. Broken. Okay. I got this child. I didn't remember I said that. I should have written it down before school. After a total swerve, Tamarack had managed to pull. Q took over the situation again. I could show you that if you want to do that. It was happening, you might really figure out what the special thing was. He was totally unfazed by your reaction. He was too committed to going on with his own explanation. Oh. Okay. The rest of the club would come with us too. We have to give up on riding through the town to see the park though. For someone talking about not doing what he wanted to do, Q's voice was light and carefree. Okay, we're gonna do that special thing. Cool. Okay. Me too. Could we ride stuff to the special place? Okay. We do want to see the special thing. Tamarack began to clap and chant in time, as if she was casting a spell to make your wishes come true. Yeah, show us a special thing. Show us a special thing. Stuffing his hand into his pocket, Q tilted his chin to one side. A smile decorating his face was way too big to come across nonchalant as he was posing. All we gotta do is make this work. Is promise to hang out again. We can go to the one place this time, and the next time we'll do the other thing. Everybody will get everything, and nobody will miss out on anything cool. Ah, that fixes it. Looks like Tamrock wasn't committed to playing without the boys' club after all. She just agreed to spend 2 weekend days doing so without blinking. Okay. In fact, she was still super perky about it. The round trip of words Q had laid out had taken Tamrock from the point of complete disinterest to feeling like a boys' club activities were pure genius. At some point, Q had shifted his hand behind his back. He kept the whole wide, I can't believe it's all come together grin as he popped up and lay down on the ball that was for his feet. Yeah, I will be going to wash my face or something. Hold on. Be right back. Okay, so here we go. As, let me put my feet up or something. Okay, working things straight, getting settled in. At some point, Q has shifted his hand behind his back. He kept that wide as I can believe it's all come together grin as he popped up and down the ball to his feet. The thing is, Tamrock would have gotten over that without Q's fancy footwork. The thing is that Tamrock, footwork, you were certain of it. He didn't need to try that hard. He was crazily up top of the world with how he got along with people, but Tamrock was extra straightforward. Since the both of you want to do that special thing, I'd say it makes sense to do that first. Baxter and Darren don't know the plan, but anyway, they're not gonna care if it's riding to the park or going to that foresty place, especially if we're gonna do both of them on different days. What do you think? He asked with eagerness. This was the final step of the perfect plan Q had laid out. Let's ruin it. No, just kidding. You're spending time with Q. Obviously, you're going to join. Yeah, we can all go to that special place. It's a promise. It was you and your friends had a promise. Step 1, walk. Oh! He started suddenly from the thought in his own head. Oh, it was eye-opening. We're not gonna be riding. I gotta call the guys so they don't bring their bike. Be back in a second. Q gave the thumbs up and dashed away before anyone could say anything. Tamrock kept their eyes fixed on the retreating boy as he might be trying to escape and not show her special place after all, or their special place after all. Q shut his door behind him and the neighborhood went silent. A realization to you was Q's break. If you were going to leave the neighborhood, your mom needed to know about it. Mom didn't stop you from doing stuff. She liked to be aware of what was going on. Tamrock, I'm going to tell my mom what we're doing. Okay, I'm going to stay right here. Yeah, she was determined not to let Q get away from this. With that, you left. You found your mom in the kitchen. Oh, there's Audrey settled in the kitchen and explained what was going on. She thought that was wonderful and appreciated you keeping abreast of your busy schedule and hoped you had fun. Mom wanted you to be home before dark, though you could do that. Tamrock waved from her spot in the road. She hadn't moved an inch. There was only one there. Q's job wasn't done yet. It took a lot of time standing there, probably 10 minutes before Q came back out. Eventually, though, he burst through the white door, yelling ahead of himself. He must have agreed that took forever, because he wasn't wasting any second then. It's all good! When Autumn arrived at the center of the cul-de-sac, he wiped his forehead with a gloved hand and talked some more. Everybody ready? Yes! I found that too. I'm going here. Tamark's voice was low and serious. I'm very ready. I'm ready too. And so you and your two neighbors set out for places unknown, well unknown to most of you. The first leg journey took you down a hilly road. It was the only path out of your neighborhood. You had to follow it even to get a super secret location. Your small group marched along until you arrived at the heart of town. You had to crane your neck to take the full view of the swirling arch marked Golden Grove. It towered over the main street and all the people in it. But it didn't distract you for long. You scurried out to the road before cars could come by. Q and Tamarok was right behind you. Being there felt different in the afternoon. You had to pass to the Golden Grove on the way to school. Your mom had taken you around town to do errands and stuff. But that was none of that was the same wandering on the main street just cause, for fun and because you could. Tamrock suddenly came up to your side. She made a squash face of a local boy, conveying that she was sure she still didn't like the stinky town. You can know why she couldn't stay out of the even a wordless exchange for long. He began to list out what exactly the buildings were. In case you and Tamara couldn't tell by looking or reading the signs. There's the barber store, clothing place, library, an antique shop, the store. After that, he paused the bullet points to fit in a slide joke. Okay, sorry. After he paused the bullet points to fit a slide joke, though not like you can tell the difference between those two. Those both are selling old junk that nobody wants anyways. Q and Tamarack snickered together. Not even Golden Grove itself was afraid it was safe from Q's teasing way. Okay. You'll be hearing noises from the water bottle a lot. My Omi loves antique shops and thrift stores. Yeah, she does. Oh, and down on the corner is The corner store. You never been in, right? It's a great place, tons of stuff, and usually only costs a few dollars or less. I gotta say something. I gotta say something about it, but let's wait for the club. And that's what he did. Q zipped up his lips and folded his arm. You guessed he wasn't tired of keeping people in suspense, even if he was revealing one mystery. Tamrock let a puttery breath and slumped against the wall behind you. Okay, Tamrock let out a puttery breath and slumped against the brick wall behind you. Okay, we can wait again. You and Tamrock and Q held down the meeting spot. Random adults pass every once in a while, but a lot of them say hello to Q, knowing he knew him. Tamrock said hi to all of them. She didn't know all of them, all the people. And it took longer for it did for Q to make those calls. But then Tamrock flung her arm towards the side of the tree. She sounded alarm and brought it into the watch. There! Leon followed her guideline and passed. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get my blood drawn today. That's why I'm quiet. I had no food in me. Come on, baby. I would like you to lay here. Come here. There she's laying now. Okay. You follow through guidelines. A paraplegic was speeding around the corner. Well done, Baxter! He sprang to the club, to the curb of the sidewalk. He waved those two over with both arms. The missing members of his club joined the group, settling exactly into place at Q's side, like the missing gloves he wore to each hand. Hi, baby. Hi. Hey. Jen beamed at Q for enthusiasm for a second, but it faded fast when he glanced at who else was there looking all that he did, though. Come on, Darren, stop being like that. He wasn't even going to point out the obvious again. Darren had to remind himself to hang out more than usual. Boys only trio. Oh, baby. That was better than loudly being against it. Baxter's expression wasn't exactly happy either, even though he was smiling, because there a smirk that didn't count as being friendly. Hi! After Tamrock, Granny that was exactly the same as one of the boys. Oh shit. I'm so hungry. But I got a fast thing coming up. Okay. But yeah. Parent screening was exactly the same as the one given to the total strangers that happened to cross our path. This was the first time you all gotten together to do something. I'm just spraying myself, okay? I'm trying to wake up. Should probably get some ice coldness. Oh. Alright, we're here. We know the plan. That's your place. Tamara whispered those 2 words into her scarf and its patient, sharpening tone. Yeah, but before we leave town, let's get supplies. Corner shop is right there. That's what he meant before she was planning a detour to the store. Don't go into the woods unprepared, because things in the woods are prepared for you. Exactly. Q could count on his club following his lead. Instead, look to the biggest possible source of disagreement. Tamara, come on, we can pick some stuff up. It's going to be great. Tamara's eyes narrowed, almost like she was giving her a dare, and she was going to beat it. Then she went for a messenger bag. The depth size of Tamara revealed plastic bags, jump packed with cashews. And it wasn't a snack-sized baggie. It was a sandwich kind ones. And I got food. This is even all. They didn't have to pay anyone anything. Then brought his hand to his face, astounded. Q scratched his head at loss, and Baxter couldn't care less. He was not involved in the happenings. She actually is prepared. Huh, I guess you don't have to do that. The neighbors on being on the same page about the plan didn't last long. She liked to ride places Tamara would rather walk. Tamara brought her own treat. She preferred buying snacks along the way. They lived opposite sides of the cul-de-sac, lived opposite lives, and you were in the middle of it. Oh, we're gonna have to choose, right? Me, Dexter still gotta stack up. Taylor too, and it's fun to look around, you know. Tamara crammed her bag of cashews in her bigger pack once more. Her face of pride had fallen down to a frown. Fine, but after that, we have to go to the special place. We will. Thanks. Tay? Sure, we can go in. Awesome, yay. The now complete group first order of mission commenced. You crowded your way through the door at the end of the sidewalk. Having to exist on a single corner didn't allow much space for the store part of the corner store. The entire place was probably smaller than your classroom. It was warmer inside. The air was stiller. Wooden planks covered the ground. Thick wood beam crossed the ceiling, and about ceiling beams across the ceilings, and shelves tightly packed with familiar snacks were fit in wherever possible. Instead of being inside with the extra small shop, it was more like being in a gigantic treasure chest. You check the you check the things out closest to the front. He wasn't kidding when he said it had a lot of stuff. Your lights stepped, still clacked against the floor. They resolved, resounded about the slight hum coming from the fridge in the back. Nearly Tamrock wished her head was this way and was to grasp everything new in the new environment rapidly at her. One touch of her eyes met yours. She didn't keep going from there. Tamrock continued to look at you. She grinned. It was too easy for you to know what was on Tamrock's mind. Everything you do is already done, and you're wondering we're still newcomers coming in. Okay. Meanwhile, you and the crew moved up to the store as if it was their own living room. They navigated chips in a cracker aisle without salt. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, navigated chips and cracker aisle without a thought. Okay. Okay. Yeah, a little bit more than $4 and some change. Thoughts on your personal savings. Oh shit. Were interrupted when your ears was caught on the particular conversation. The boy was okay. On your thoughts on your personal savings were interrupted. Your ears caught a particular conversation. The particular conversation was Alec. The trio was still talking about Okay. I think I need it. I know I will be back later. I'm just so tired. So we're gonna save and come back later. I can keep falling asleep. But thank you guys for watching. I'll be back later. Sorry about this. Join my Discord to know when I'm live and all that. Exclamation point Discord. And yeah, thank you guys, and I'll be back later.